At least these dangerous predators, these dangerous filthy pedophiles at this gay bar, at least they're off the streets. Hey everybody, Pastor Steven Anderson here from Faithful Word Baptist Church in Tempe, Arizona. And I just wanted to record a quick video about the news this morning about the shooting in Orlando. I guess a Muslim terrorist went into a gay bar and shot him up. And there's 50 sodomites, homosexuals that have been killed, and another 50 some odd injured. And then the Muslim guy himself was shot by the police, it sounds like. And here's the good news and the bad news about this. The good news is that there's 50 less pedophiles in this world, because these homosexuals are a bunch of disgusting perverts and pedophiles. That's who was a victim here. At least these dangerous predators, these dangerous filthy pedophiles at this gay bar, at least they're off the streets. Plain and simple. And so the good news is that at least 50 of these pedophiles are not going to be harming children anymore. Are a bunch of just disgusting homosexuals at a gay bar, okay? But the bad news is that this is now going to be used, I'm sure, to push for gun control, where, law-abiding, normal Americans are not going to be allowed to have guns for self-defense. And then I'm sure it's also going to be used to push an agenda against so-called hate speech. Hate speech. So Bible-believing Christian preachers who preach what the Bible actually says about homosexuality, that it's vile, that it's disgusting, that they're reprobates, we're going to be blamed. Like, oh, it's all extremism. It's not just the Muslims, it's the Christians. I'm sure that that's coming. I'm sure that people are going to start attacking, Bible-believing Christians now because of what this guy did. Now, let me just be real clear. I've never advocated for violence. I don't believe in taking the law into our own hands. I would never go in and shoot up a gay bar, so-called. I don't believe it's right for us to just be a vigilante. We're supposed to obey the law of the land and obey the powers that be. So I would never take things into my own hands or become a vigilante. But I will say this, the Bible says that homosexuals should be put to death in Leviticus 20:13. Obviously, it's not right for somebody to just, shoot up the place, because that's not going through the proper channels. But these people all should have been killed anyway, but they should have been killed through the proper channels, as in they should have been executed by a righteous government that would have, tried them, convicted them, and saw them executed. Because in Leviticus 20:13, God's perfect law, he put the death penalty on murder, and he also put the death penalty on homosexuality. That's what the Bible says.
Hold loves the African?
Jesus!
Who loves the white man?
Jesus!
Who loves the brown man?
Jesus!
Who loves every man?
Jesus! Jesus!
And you know, the good news is that at least 50 of these pedophiles are not going to be harming children anymore. The bad news is that a lot of the homos in the bar are still alive, so they're going to continue to molest children and recruit people into their filthy homosexual lifestyle. And then the other bad news is that this is going to now be used as propaganda, not only against Muslims but also against Christians. And of course, Islam is a wicked religion. Of course, it's a disgusting religion. Of course, the Quran is false.
That Islam had defeated
I only have about a
Christianity.
minute left. Do you have anything good to say about Islam?
Those things are statements of fact.
Is there anything
There's
positive about?
thousands of
Is there
triumphal
anything,
mosques all over
Robert?
the Islamic world.
Excuse me. Is there anything positive about Islam you could say?
Islam makes a lot of people be very moral and upright and live fine lives.
That's good, right? And that wouldn't that be true of most Muslims?
I would certainly say so, yeah, and never have denied it.
My basic case in my book, How Jesus Became God, and that I presented last night, is as follows. I don't think that Jesus himself called himself God during his public ministry. I personally don't think Jesus imagined he was God. He wasn't God. He was God's prophet.
But the media makes a big deal out of stuff like this, and it's perfect. I mean, the devil loves this incident because it's perfect for him, because now he can push his agenda of, oh, we need to love homos and stop being hateful because look at these acts of violence that are provoked. Even though I've never heard any Bible-believing Christian preacher say that we should take things into our own hands and execute the wicked. You know, all I preach and all that any other, you know, Bible preacher have ever said about it is that it should be against the law to be a homosexual, which it was against the law until 2003 in the U.S. So anyway, those are my thoughts on this attack. I'm not sad about it. I'm not going to cry about it, because these people were going to die. These 50 people in the gay bar that got shut up, they were going to die of AIDS and syphilis and whatever else. They were all going to die early anyway, because homosexuals have a 20-year shorter lifespan than normal people anyway. And, you know, at least these dangerous predators, these dangerous, filthy pedophiles at this gay bar, at least they're off the streets.